Hello, people. Welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. It is Monday, the 30th of August. Another step closer to the transfer window. And let's hope that we do some business. Although I don't think we might. But look, as is always the case, after the game, it's the morning after the night before, it is time for the final word on Leeds versus Burnley. Look, it wasn't a great day at the office, if we're being totally honest. A point on the road. Look, I was looking forward to this game and thinking, look, if Leeds United win, 4 points from the opening 3 games is a good return. However, it's all just a little bit meh, isn't it? It's all just a little bit meh this season so far. And with the transfer window, etc., I think the general feeling at this moment in time is meh. I think it's the perfect analogy to use or word to use for the current situation at Leeds United. Everyone at the club seems to think we're in a decent position now in terms of bodies and transfers. You know, Bielsa was speaking at the end of the game. It was put to him about Matthias Klick and Junior Firpo both being out after they both tested for positive for COVID. And he said, look, I originally intended for them to start, but I felt we could cope. He says we've got 2 players in each position ready to play. If Firpo's out, then Dallas comes in. It's a similar substitution in terms of level. And he says if Klick's out, then either Roberts and Rodrigo come in. Similar sort of level. I don't agree. You know, that's just my opinion. And he also reiterated his belief that no further transfer business would be done before the deadline is over. And that's disappointing to hear because I think every man and his dog can see that Leeds United need bodies. We are a couple of injuries away from a crisis in the squad. That's the way I see it. Look, and people will say you're being too negative, etc. But if one of these second players that are apparently of a similar level get hooked or injured, we're not in great shape. If one of the wingers get injured, Helder Costa comes in. He's not at the same level. Surprised he didn't get brought on today. It always happens. Tyler Roberts, although to be fair to Tyler Roberts, when he comes on, he looks more lively than what Rodrigo does. Really disappointed with Rodrigo. We've seen the way he ended the season. He started in the same vein that he started last time. It's a lot of money we've shelved out for him. Was it a case of the transfer was too good to turn down at the time? Does he fit the system? On reflection, looking at it, no. If he's going to play, he needs to play as a 9, but he can't come in for Patrick Bamford. England's Patrick Bamford. 2 assists this week and a goal. England call up. Came up clutch, scored in the vital moment, rescued a point for Leeds United on the 86th minute. Leeds United now, I mean, look, we have 2 points on the board. We haven't led for a single minute yet. I know it's only 3 games in, 3 tough games. You know, the Burnley game was a fierce contest down at Turf Moor. It was always going to be that. They look good. They really roughed us up. I thought Ashley Barnes was a nuisance and should have got a red card, in my opinion, for the challenge on Dallas. I said so on my watch along. Big shout out for those that watched that as well, by the way. Thank you very much. But listen, we huffed and puffed all game and didn't really get going. And Bamford came up clutch, rescued a point for us. First goal of the new Premier League season for him as well. So it's great to see him get off the mark because we need him to have a similar sort of season to last season. In terms of the goal, it was brilliant work from Raphinha, although I thought, for me personally, Raphinha was largely quiet. For me, I don't think he had a good game. Jamie Shackleton took a shot. It came off Ben Mee. And much like their goal, the striker was in the right place at the right time, just like Wood was, to flick in a Matthew Lowton shot. Bamford was the same after it deflected into his path from a Jamie Shackleton shot and got it in the back of the net. Look, a point, it was well-deserved. Burnley fans will probably think they maybe deserve more. I thought the first half Leeds United were good without being amazing. I thought we were the better of the sides. Some of the counter-attacking was good. But the second half, we were woeful. I think Burnley had like 8 attempts to our 1. We had 1 shot on target, maybe. I mean, you can fact check me on that. I might be wrong. I want to say Illan Meslier did well for me personally. On first viewing of the goal, you're thinking he could do better, but it's a nice little flick by Wood. But I thought Meslier stood up well to the test that Burnley were going to throw at us. You know, they continuously peppered the box, and he stood up to that. I thought the centre backs played well as well. Okay, Strauch, Cooper's balls into midfield in the first half were not good. Strauch made a few errors. I thought Llorente, not his same self, although I was surprised to see him come off. I think it's a fitness thing. Otherwise, he'd have seen the full 90 minutes. Luke Ayling actually looked better on the right of a back 3 than he did at right wing back. Luke Ayling doesn't seem to be getting forward as purposeful as we're used to. I thought he seen more of it at right centre back than in the right back position. I think Jamie Shackleton's come on in that position and actually done better than Luke at right wing back. I'm not advocating Luke to come out at all. That's not what I'm saying, but didn't look great, did he? Look, like I say, first half we were okay. I thought we were the better of the side, but the second half it was pretty poor. You know, although Burnley did, you know, have a chance that came off the post, I think, towards the end of the first half. Your corner was deflected onto the post, so they had their chances as well. Thought Calvin Phillips, look, he was doing the midfield job on his own again. At least we had Calvin in there. I think, you know, if you look at the Manchester United game, if we had Robin Koch, today we might have lost the game. I think Calvin gives us a little bit more, but again, he was on his own, wasn't he, at times? Maybe that's due to the system we play, but Rodrigo looked lost at times, especially when we're not in possession. He did do some nice little moments. There was one run which Dallas started off that he flipped round the corner, and you know there is them little moments, but they're too few and far between. They are too few and far between at the minute. I don't know what we do with Rodrigo, because there was a few times in the first half, early doors, 15, 20 minutes, I remember, you know, screaming because simple passes were going astray. Like I say, I thought Raphinha was pretty poor for me as well. And I look at the makeup of the squad, and I think we haven't got enough. Like, of course, I think we're going to be safe. Like, I'm not being overly negative here, guys. I can only say what I see. And you know that I'm a positive guy. You know that, you know, I predict we'll win every game, etc., you know, blind optimism and all that. But I just don't think we've got enough to mount a challenge for the top half, really. Because I said anywhere between 8th and 13th, and I'll be happy. You know, anyway, I don't think we're in any sort of danger whatsoever of being towards the bottom end of the table. I don't. There's a lot worse teams than us. Norwich, Palace, Burnley. I say this, but you know, when you're thinking about actually Palace, Burnley, maybe not. No, but there is, you know, Watford, etc. There's about 6 teams worse than us. Arsenal, they are definitely worse than us. So I think we'll be all right. But I think Leeds United fans expected at the start of the season a push for Europe. We did. We did expect to push for Europe, a lot of us, especially the way we ended the season. The transfer windows tempered expectations. And maybe we were like, okay, we get it. Second season and all that. We understand it. But the performances aren't quite rare. It's like 3 games played, guys, and we've not been in front yet. I know it's only 3 games. There's 35 games left to go. You know, we come back from the international break. We've got Liverpool. But then we've got some favourable fixtures that come our way that you would expect us to get 3 points. And I expect us to get 3 points today. But Burnley really, it was a tough task, wasn't it? Tough task. You know, Chris Ward, Barnes, physical, Brownell, Westwood, physical, Tarkowski and me. Bamford's going to find that this season. He's not an unknown entity anymore. We've seen it with Yerry Mina, tussling, getting in his head. Tarkowski straight away, like body slammed him and me all day. And Bamford's going to find that, you know. He's a bit of a marked man now. They know that Leeds United, he's the main guy, isn't he, up top. Keep him quiet. You know, who else is coming up? You've got Raphinha, of course, but that's it, really, isn't it? We're missing. I would like to see bodies in. I would like to see bodies in. I don't go along with this notion with loan without a view to buy. I think it's silly. We are where we're at. We don't want a Ben White situation, etc. But Ben White got us promoted. If someone improves us for a season, I'll take it. I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. I'd love to. I think Dan James is available. He played for Manchester United yesterday, but it's his last game. He's not needed, not wanted by the fan base. He's been made available, I believe. Go get him. Go get Lewis O'Brien. Scored at the weekend. So did Conor Gallagher, by the way. 2 goals. 2 good goals as well. But we need bodies. We do need bodies because, like I say, Firpo click out and we just don't look the same, you know. Man United, bodies missing. We don't look the same. Everton, okay. Yeah, but, Everton looked decent this season. But I think we need bodies because we are a couple of injuries away from a bit of a crisis in terms of squad and what our capabilities are. And we maybe have to buckle up and expect, because look at the way we started last season, of course. I don't buy into second season syndrome. It was always going to be tougher second season around because the rest of the division has really improved in terms of money spent. COVID stopped that last season, but you just have to look at the teams up above us. What they've spent this season's crazy. Manchester United bought Ronaldo in, Lukaku, Chelsea, Liverpool are Liverpool, aren't they? But they've had a return of the likes of Van Dijk, Matip, Fabinho, Gomez, elite players. Whereas we're still the same squad with an addition of Firpo, who, guys, to be honest, he's going to get a lot more injuries because that's what always happens under Bielsa. And I guess the club are going on with the notion that a lot of these new players that we bought in last season didn't regularly play together, but they're still not now. They're still not now because the Bielsa, what's required, it's tough on the players. Of course, listen, I just think we need some extra bodies. I don't think it's asking for the world either. And if we don't get him in, I'm okay. I'm not okay. I'd be frustrated. I can't lie. But it is what it is. I'd then be like, right, okay, we know it's going to be a tough season. I just think we need a couple of bodies. That's all. Someone in centre midfield. Rodrigo, it doesn't work. Roberts. And then if Costa comes on, freaking hell, do you know what I mean? We might as well pack up. Sorry, it's true. Shot of confidence, but so's Rodrigo. It's just going to be a bit of a tough season, I think. We will take some losses. 1 point off on the board after 3 games is not that great, but it is a point. It is a point. You take a point. On the reflection of the game, you take a point. You move on. We all look forward to Liverpool now, don't we? What a game that's going to be at Ellen Road, by the way. I cannot wait. Can't lie, I cannot wait. That's what I've wanted as a Leeds United fan, as a season ticket holder, to get back in the Premier League and get teams like that at Ellen Road. And let's show them the atmosphere. It's going to be hard, that though. But, is what it is. You come up against these sides. We've had great results against top 6 sides previously. But the way we're playing at the minute, it's not the same for me. Just needs to click. And when it does click, the win will come. And hopefully it'll come up against Liverpool. Then we're all bouncing again. But we've got today and tomorrow transfer window. We've got to make moves. I think every Leeds fan, 99% must agree with that, surely. If you don't, let me know. But we have to make moves. Because we are a couple of injuries away from a very, very tough situation. Do I think we're in danger of dropping? No, 100%. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that, but you don't want to have a poor season, do you? Do you know what I mean? Because then what I know I'm, looking ahead here, projecting, but then does Bielsa move on after? We ain't got long left of Bielsa. And if he moves on, then, the squad that he's leaving us with, is it good enough for someone to take on? Look, man, I am projecting now. I'm getting too downbeat. Look, it's a point. It's a tough place to go, Turf Moor. 2 points on the board after 3 played. We're okay. Look, we're not Arsenal. Arsenal have scored no goals. Got 9 conceded. Bottom of the table. Norwich, the same. Poor. We'll be all right. Of course we will. But the performance wasn't great. Second half was rubbish, if I'm being totally honest. Calvin having to do it all on his own. Rodrigo, I don't know what's going on there. Does he fit the system? Don't know. Don't think so. Will he ever? Don't know. Don't think so. We're reliant on Raphinha a lot of the time. Few injuries, and it's tough going for Leeds. The bench isn't strong enough. I mean, just look at the bench. So many young lads, and they will go on to be great players. But you're looking at McCarron, you're looking at Creswell, you're looking at Geldart, and then Costa, Roberts, Shackleton. It's just not enough, is it? Really? Come on. I'm not asking too much, I don't think. But we move on. It's a point in the bag. The performance wasn't great, but you take it. Paddy Bamford came up clutch and rescued us a point. Good man. I hope he has a great time at England. I'll be doing some videos for that. Keep it locked at the Just Joe Football Show. Please like the video. Subscribe to the channel as well. I will go live throughout the day if any developments happen in the transfer window. I won't be doing a full live stream like I've done before because I don't expect much business. But if it does, I'll be ready to go, okay? Thank you as always for tuning in and watching. Sorry it's a little bit downbeat, but it's just a bit meh at the minute, innit? That's where I'm at. And I think a lot of you guys are as well. But yeah, thank you as always for watching. Make sure you like the video. Enjoy the rest of your bank holiday Monday and the rest of the week. Enjoy the international break and look ahead to Liverpool. Peace out. Leeds.